Welcome to Yulin Valley Railroad. The layout is O-scale and it's in a 30 feet by 30 feet room. It was originally a common carrier railroad until I decided that there was more operation involved in a steel mill, and operation is what we put first before everything. 3 of us run it. I'm here by myself at the moment, of course, confined to the house. Lucky I've got the layout here, but it's much more fun when you've got 2, 3, 4 or even 5 operators. What I've just walked past is the Bay Ridge Yard. This is where all the trains originate from. I won't go through the process of the steel mill as far as the operations go. I'll just give you a rundown on the layout as I walk around. Here we see the blooming mill. Everything's condensed, but we still are able to have the operational practice. That's a slab train being made ready. As we walk around, we come to Waterside Yard. This is the main yard into the steel mill itself, where it's used as an interchange. Also at one end of the yard is the BOF, where we run ingots from the BOF around to the blooming mill, and from the blooming mill slabs mysteriously appear and they go around the layout, right round the room, and end up here at the rolling mill, which is this building that I'm walking alongside now. This is the rolling mill. Keep in mind that this is an operational layout where and being O-scale, we do have to condense things down. On the opposite side of the rolling mill is the blast furnace. I've tried to incorporate all the features of a blast furnace. It wasn't easy scratch building one, but I got there in the end. I'm walking alongside the high line. The high line is level, but I've dropped it down because I just didn't have enough room to elevate the track. The slag train alongside the blast furnace, and the hot metal train inside there. The hot metal trains run to 2 places. One, they run round to the BOF, which is across the aisle, the second aisle or the third aisle, and we also run hot metal trains round to another industry, which I'll mention in a moment. The camera now is pointing to the engine house. I call my steel mill, it's called Republic Steel. It's got nothing to do with really the real thing. I just happen to like the name Republic for a steel mill in America. That's just my opinion only. You can call me a silly Australian if you like. I don't mind. We've got tough skins. Now I'm pointing over there. That's one of my latest projects. a small chemical plant. It was built to create traffic, to run tank cars around to another industry. As I said, its operation is what we're about. Now, this industry here is another recent project. That's what I call a slag reclamation plant. Where the slag is dumped in a siding across the room, it's hidden over there in the corner. We run slag trains down there. We also run trains out of that siding with broken up slag, which is then moved down to waterside yard in the far corner and then made up into another train and brought around the room to the slag reclamation plant. I'll give you another view of the furnace as I walk past it. So I'm going to walk round to the next yard. Or should I say the final yard? At Valley Forge. Valley Forge also has a passenger station. We actually do run passenger trains as well. We incorporated in the operation plan. And they mostly run on time. What you see at the moment is a scrapyard. The scrapyard feeds the BOF. The scrap trains are run right round the room, follow the walls right round, and brought to Bay Ridge Yard, where they made up into another train and brought round to the steel mill, where they are actually broken up into another train with another locomotive to feed the BOF. Republic Steel locomotives never move out of their district, so there's lots of engine changing and lots of train movements going on all the time during an operation session. The operation session takes all day, because we start at 10 in the morning, we finish about 5 at night, but we also have a lunch break where we talk a lot, and also we have an afternoon break. We only drink tea or coffee. No beer drinking allowed while we're operating the trains. That's just the rule. So, that's a brief rundown on the layout. One day during this crisis, seeing that we've all got plenty of time, I'll try and make up the camera onto a train so it can run round some of the main lines. But I figured that this is the best way to describe the layout at the present time. So there we go, another quick look at the blast furnace. I'll show you the other side of the furnace. It's based on one. It's not based on a Walther's size. I think it's the next size up. I've just forgotten what. But, there you go. And I'll show you the scrap metal yard at the BOF, which is there. And there's the chemical plant. If I need to get to the tracks at the far end, this will slide out and I can jump in that little hole or ease myself into it if I need to get to any trains at the far end. The railway operates very efficiently. It's DC completely. We must have 100 isolating points for the locomotives. But each district where there's an operator has their own district, so it's really a series of small layouts all combined into one. So we can operate 3 or 4 trains at any one time with no problem at all, and it's all DC. I didn't change to DCC because it was going to cost me about $3,000 or $4,000, and I just didn't want to do that. I'm happy with the way it is. We have a lot of fun with it. Thanks for watching.